bere no kwagala ku exploiting
so far because kati okyali ku gaali gasomasa gatuuse mu Mombasa kati gokyaliko getukyaliko naye singa kyeyongeramu ewiiki emu ebbiri ojja kulaba nga ebbeeyi oba oyagala oba toyagala ku masundiro ng'erinnye kati kitegeeza ki ekyo nti ffe tubanga enjovu olugero bagamba nti enjovu ebbiri zirwanaganye fe obusubi tuli mu kubonaabona. I strongly say and I will repeat it, America n'abasajja abo ba Iran, they must find an amicable way engeri y'emirembe gye bayinza okumalawo obumulumulu bwabwe. Nawulidde President Trump ng'agamba nti tagenda kukkiriza kulonda supreme leader mulala nga talinamu input. It can't happen. Mukulu Trump simanyi lwaki yagenzeeyo eyo. Supreme leader mu comparing ku papa tosobola agamba bakatuli kintu temusobola kulonda papa nga simulinamu input. You can't say that. You can't. I think he is overstepping his yeah, actually agezaako asuse wakoma tebajja mukkiriza because supreme leader dabolinga ng'omukulembeze w'enzikiriza n'obwobufuzi. Actually supreme leader abatakimanyi kankikunyonyole, supreme leader mu Iran si head of state ate si commander in chief, is a deputy to who? To a man who died mu 2000 called Imam Mahdi. Hey. Yes, for them that the Mahdi he died, but for them they say he disappeared. Ntebamanya gye yalaga ate bagamba balina waali ajja kudda.
So Ayatollah
aba deputy woli go batayagenda mu 2000. So it's so complex. Yes.
Trump yasuubiza hard strikes tukyagenda maaso n'okubakuba ebitongole ebirala UN n'ebitongole by'ensi yonna ebirala n'amawanga amalala Russia, China galiwa mu bino mu mbeera eno nga obubonero bwonna obuli obulaga nti olutalo lukyagenda mu maaso.
Terukyagenda mu maaso but obuuza nti ebitongole biriwa China baliwa bani abo abalala tebakyasobola. America erina stride ya taking ahead of the world about 200 years ahead of all of us. Nabo nga mwe bali China ne bani kyayagala kyajja okukola naye nkyengeza tebalina bayinza kuyamba. UN terina kyeyinza kuyamba nga bwolabye Gaza UN ng'eryawo terina kyeyinza kuyamba eri indolent eryawo impotent actually ebya UN ne China terina kyeyinza kuyamba nothing okujja ko Trump yennyini alina okwekuba mu kifuba alowooze ku kyogamba olutalo lukomi kuba atajja kujjako regime Iran ate if at all there even bad regimes embi ennyo n'okusinga Iran kunsi kuno nga America ezitunuulira butunuulizi. So yandibadde eteesa netatuleetera that economic chaos.
So tukyalaba finally Honorable Munyagwa nga olutalo lwongedde okusaasaana okusukka ku mawanga ge twakalaba matonotono nga yogedde ku Qatar, tulaba UAE, Bahrain n'awalala. Ekyondo kyonna ekya Waarabu kyolekedde okuba part y'olutalo luno.
Yes. Singa China ekuba embasi za Iran ne bwene ekuba Iran yagambye singa Israel ekuba embasi ya Iran yonna yagambye ne bwene ekuba yagambye all embassies, Israeli embassies as even outside the Middle East ne za America zijafuuka potential targets ate obudrone ojja buwulira everywhere. So this war is not good and it is going to affect us badly nga ekitadde tekyetaagisa. I don't know, but me, as I told you, I'm a sympathizer of the Americans for my personal and national reasons. Nti batuyambye ebintu bingi nze naziikako sister wange sirimu nga yakajja singa yara visit bazireeta abakulu abo sirimu oli yali mubi kati sirimu tebukyali bulwadde nawulyako the 6 killer diseases ne measles tyo muwogera tumuyita mulangira. But those vaccines baade batwaza bwerere COVID yabadde wano bingi bibatuyambye abakyala eddagala ebamira lino wawulyanga akabonero ka musoke wookalaba kyama bukyami zino gavumenti zaffe eza Africa singa tetwalina buyambi obwo bwamalagala bwaki singa twafadde.
Honorable Musira, yes, gwomu kubavumirira ennyo ekikola kya Isiraeli ne America ku Iran lwaki
Abayahudi sebo tojja kuddayo mu Bible be basinze okutta abantu ensi eno be basinze okuleeta entalo ne sematalo zino ebbiri bo be bazireeta ne kuluno bayinza okuleeta sematalo wokusatu abayahudi abo bowulira obo beyita nnyo bayahudi naye bwe tugenda mu byavaayo n'obisoma obulungi ennyo sirowooza nti n'abamu bali bayudaaya sirowooza abasinga it's just a clique of some vandals actually. Let me say it in English, maybe I will be put it better. Ekyokubiri ssebo ewaffe eyo waliwo omusajja yakula ne taata wange naye yakafa nga musajja ali giant bagenda mu malwa ag'ewaffe eyo Bugisu nga ye akuba abantu omukazi gyayagadde atwala butwazi naye waliwo olumu n'atwala omukyala akasajja katono nnyo ne kamukuba abantu bonna ne bayimirira ne bagamba kamukube nga gusajja guli giant naye akamukuba katono nnyo bye olaba Israel Iron Dome yaabwe eriwa it has been penetrated ekiraga nti nno kati Iran eraze ensi eraze China eraze Russia eraze North Korea nti nno that invisibility simanyi mu mirembe gyammwe mwasomako Nairo English course awo enkoko eno bagiyita empanga ne kompu yaayo nge ebuulira wango nti nno kuliko omuliro naye olumu ng'ewummulamu Katonda oba yeebase wango n'agezaako alabe nti oba omuliro gwe kuli olwazuula nti nno tekuli muliro n'agitirawo Israel ebadde bwetyo ekiri Tel Aviv Iran ekikoze era it has demystified them completely. They can be struck as well, by the way, and heavily so. And I supported that kind of thing. Because Israel, you cannot kill people. You want nations gone. Okuva 1948, in 1967, Bagambia Ntino operated two-state system. Okujja 1969, in the 70s. Bagaraba Mareoba, Palestine, Nibona. Ani condemning ejo era tuyogera ku bya UN. I think 1945 the formation of UN as from the League of Nations ebyo byagwawo kati is like I think the monkey dance okiwulidde byankima okuzanya ne bafuna sente ate America eri ntuufu okubivaamu ebirala kakati America efunye obuzibu Boliwa. Obuzibu bwefunye elese the world economic imbalance completely already ekisooka oku demystifying anti no installations zaabwe mu gundi mu Buwarabu lwaki tebazikuuma lwaki tebateekayo ebikompora interceptors lwaki Iran ebakubye nebalaga nti no we can come for you okiwulidde ekyokubiri kakati eno straight kano bakaita batyo that kind of channel Hamuz lwaki tebagendayo ebyo bye bigenda okuleeta imbalance mwami kungu international economics and geopolitical economics nzibu nnyo abasajja Europeans n'aba America bali ba cash nexazi kyova olaba 2008 bwe wabeerawo this depression mu Uganda kungu gwogenda ka olina ettooke olina doodo n'olya omu America omu European takola ekyo they are cash nexus. We abuse peasantry naye peasant existence is also very good by the way. So njagala kugambe nti nno Iran kyekoze kirungi nnyo baali balowooza nti nno okuta ayatola baba bamaze tugenda kuhamaringa
fenna gwe tumanyi nti Ayatollah Khamenei Mustafa n'abasajja be olutalo kuba lukomyawo
terrible miscalculation
lweyongera kutambula na kusaasaana mu Buwarabu
terrible miscalculation bo bagamba kati nti nno tuli kukuba installations zaabwe simanyi air defense tugimazeewo biki naye amabomu ago cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, the drones ezo zivaawa.
Well, Honorable Ingrid, Uganda twetekedde ekisobola okuva mu lutalo luno singa lusigala lukyayinda
kati ng'olutalo lugenda mu maaso olwa Iran ne America lwe tulaba era tezikyali America ne Iran ojjukira foundation yarwo Palestine Israel katawo Uganda nga twesangawa simanyi preparation gy'oyagala naye
Munyagwa kulaza okutya kwa beeyi y'amafuta engeri nti gaveeyi
nze ng'omuntu siwagira Iran kye yakoze era siwagira ne America naye kyensaba singa Katonda atuyamba simanyi UN oba UN ina impact aliwa ekitongole oba
ky'amawanga amagatte
abasobola okuyamba in that situation kubanga ndaba if olutalo bwe lwanga teruyimiridde nga bonna gwe bali kuwaga tugenda mu third world war gye tugenda era Trump ndowooza the whole world we will live to regret the presidency of Trump nze ng'omuntu kye ndowooza kubanga wadde Honorable Munyagwa agambye abawagira fena kale tuli bantu ba America tusympathizinga okusinziira relationship ebaddewo naye decisions ezigenda mu maaso Trump ze yatekinga okugenda kukuba Iran biki kubanga twandisabye wabeerewo obutebenkevu wabeerewo mediation bino ebya Israel ne Palestine already bikoseze ensi ndaba bwe bigenda mu maaso Putin Russia genda kweyungako ndaba China genda kweyungako China kati bire bya Ukraine ne Russia bibona bikyali awo singa wavaayo Katonda oba ekitongole oba UN esobola kuyamba mu mbeera eyo olutalo ne lukomesereze ne lukoma ne luyimirira kubanga effect ejja kuba too heavy and kigenda ku Middle East yokka oba America yokka kigenda kuba ensi yonna.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Linus, when twogera ku bulamu bw'abantu people abakatibwa in hundreds if now not thousands so for kuvoota olwatandika just a week ago nga mulimu n'abaana abato twogera ku bulamu bw'abantu kyekisobola okuzza enteeko rather embeera eno mu nteeko.
Of course ebikompola byo tebimanyi tebirina discrimination ye kasaba gikuba buli weggwanga ekola ki naye kati of course tugamba peace talks naye nga woolaba abakulembeze Trump ne Benjamin Netanyahu ne aba Iraq nabo bagamba nti bebya peace talk tebabiriko because bagezaako Trump n'abayita mabega naakola ki ne Israel ne batandika okuba bomu bino Trump wagamba nti yeetaaga toto because nasomye mu Al Jazeera n'agamba nti agala abantu bano basarendaringe oba agenda bamalawo naye njukira mu 9 waliwo olutalo lwa Kuwait Iran America naye still America ya Bush baali balowooza nti bamaliza Iran naye ate ne bezimba ate nga super power kati fenga mu Africa wano bambi otusasira because just last week nagenda gula dola yali ku 357 naye kati as I speak eri ku 4 then amafuta olwaleero tetusobola kuwulira nti mafuta beeyi erinnye because tukyalina stock e Mombasa naye after 3-4 weeks awo ojja kuwulira nti amafuta kati tugenze ne mu mutwalo because njukira mu lutalo lwa Kenya KOC ya Kenya mu 27 Uhuru Ruto ne Odinga we bamaliza akalulu twatuka ekiseera nga tugula amafuta ku mutwalo elita so olutalo luno werweyongera mu maaso ffe nga Uganda tulina abasuubuzi baffe bakola business e Dubai tulina abantu baffe e Dubai tebasobola na kutambula ennyonyi yaffe ebadde ekola business mukago okutwala abantu e Dubai bonna airspace tebanabakola kikuba wa go ahead erishat so ekyo kyonna ki affecting affe nga ggwanga economically.
Then I will madembuza Honorable Ingrid, our preparedness okweteekateeka because bino bigwa bitalaze you must be ready for anything. Owadde kyokulabirako kya Kenya naliwo nendaba amafuta wegeeyongera netubonaabona wano. We don't want to get there. So government yaffe mwoli nga member w'ekibiina ekiri mu bukulembeze, do you think it is actually preparing well for the worst singa kiba kize?
Of course we are preparing, but waliwo situation wetuukanga wadde oli prepared kiba kizibu nnyo because manyi ne bakata ba UAE bonna babaali prepared naye ng'ebikompola kola ki waliwo wootukiranga eddala ffe nga African nations waliwo wootukiranga oli prepared naye nga ate kikusukako.
Thank you. Honorable.
Wandi tugambye oba waliwo preparation yonna gye tukozeewo
no prolonged tewali tulina oil reserves naye Uganda National Oil Company erina stock emala naye olutalo luno we lweyongera maaso of course
Katonda tuyambe
ngadi bwe twali tweteekeddeko embeera bweti kubanga emirundi gyonna gyendabye nga waliwo embeera e Kenya yonna oba kwekalakaasa bava mu kalulu still tukaaba wano bye tweteekateeka byeyogerako bituyamba ddi?
No, mwami kungulaba kati luli Kenya oba waliwo embeera nga tukozesa Tanzania, poti ya Tanzania naye kati eno eri mu Middle East ate amafuta agasinga tugajja Middle East ompulira so ekya Middle East teki affectinga Uganda yeka ejja ku affectinga of the East African yenna ne chobola ba Europe yo olwaleero basazeewo obutawagira Trump because bamanyi nti okay America gwanga no naye president gwe balina bamanyi nti ye buli kyaloota ayagala kituukiriza chobola banabo bakoze eki bakoze withdraw kati nalabula bye Trump nga anenya Russia nti Russia yewa Iran intelligence n'okubalagira kuba so wolaba abantu nga omuntu ngoyo kiba kizibu
nenyeza kukyaleba juli yali anenya mukulembeze I think PM wa Prime Minister wa Spain nabakulibya yoga the other day ku Bungereza kwiga Minister wa Bungereza
kati bino ebya Israel ne Palestinian kyo kiri mu Bible so kiba kizibu nnyo
kale abenyo atulaba twagala ensonga yo kugikomyawo tugende ku kyabadde Arusha Tanzania president waffe nga afuna obwokuba ssentebe w'omukago gwa East African Community nga bujja ku president w'eggwanga erya Kenya agwe nti mu bimu president byayogedde yakkatiriza nnyo ekyokubeera nga amawanga mu region oba mu mukago guno gongera okukolagana n'okuba obumu bwe gaba gakugaziya butale kunyweza byakwerinda katono nnyo kansooke nkulage kyabadde Arusha nzije tutandikirawo.
Olunaku olwaleero abakulembeze b'amawanga g'omukago gwa East Africa okuliko abakyaza Samia Suluhu Hassan wa Tanzania, William Ruto wa Kenya, Hassan Sheikh wa Somalia ne Yoweri Kaguta Museveni wa Uganda bakedde kutuula mu kibuga Arusha okusala entoto ku nsonga z'amawanga g'omukago gwa East Africa.
Thanks for electing me to chair the East African Community Authority.
Ku mukolo guno abadde ssentebe w'omukago era omukulembeze wa Kenya William Ruto entebe agikwasizza Yoweri Kaguta Museveni wa Uganda.
Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Guno si gwe mulundi ogusoose nga Yoweri Kaguta Museveni akwasibwa obuvunaanyizibwa obw'amawanga agali mu mukago gwa East Africa era mu kwogera kwe ategeezezza nti obumanyirivu bw'alina bwa myaka 65 kuba ebbanga eryo lyonna azze ng'agoberera ebyobufuzi mu mawanga gano naye ng'obuzibu buva ku njawukana era n'abasaba okukolera awamu nga bazimba eggye erisobola okulwanisa abalaba ba East Africa.
Against all possible threats. If we do not understand that, we again betray Africa. Strategic security can only come, in my view, from political integration. Why? political integration through the creation of the regional federations where possible rationalizes the geography of the defended zone so that we are able to be present in the four spheres of the universe. Four spheres of the universe: land defenses, air defenses, defenses at sea, the navy, and defenses in space.
Ku mukolo gwe gumu, Museveni yeyamye okutumbula ebyobusuubuzi wamu n'okusembeza abavubuka okwegatta mu mawanga gano.
If we do not create a big market, how do we intend to encourage and support the wealth creators in the respective countries? I appeal to the youth of East Africa to go back to Uhuru na Umoja. This Uhuru na Uhosama is really a disaster.
Ye William Ruto abadde ssente b'omukago guno abuulidde abakungu okuva mu mawanga gano nga bwe baliko bye bakkaanyizaako era ne babiyisa okugolola ettumba abo ababadde bafuuse ekizibu eri omukago gwa East Africa.
The salaries of members of parliament will be paid by their respective parliaments. That will significantly reduce the burden on the East African community so that we can spend more resources in making sure that we have an effective East African community.
Oyo yabadde ssentebe w'omukago ogwo president w'eggwanga erya Kenya Dr. William Ruto, then president w'eggwanga lyattu Yoweri Museveni kati ssentebe omujja omuwulidde. Honorable John Musira, kantandike naawe. Yes, opportunities ki eziriwo olwa Uganda okuba nti kati ye chair w'omukago guno?
Lwakubanga ffe be baarivayivinga omukago nga guvuddewo 1977 government ya NRM is the revivalist of the East African community. Ekyokubiri ssebo tuddayo mu history yaffe mu 63 bwe tutandika OAU twali twagala ki ngaawo amawanga ga Africa gasalwamu emirundi ebiri, Casablanca block ne Monrovia block. Monrovia ngegamba tugende mpola mpola, Casablanca ngegamba Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah nga bagamba bino okubeerawo awo wennyini okiraba. Naye kati olutuuka awantu, I think the thinking of Pan-Africanism yakyuka mu katono okuva ku OAU kati AU sinti nno tujja kugenda at once by impact tubeere n'omukago ogukwata Africa yonna. Tandika ni regional blocks zitya nga East Africa. Now population ya East Africa kati awali simanyo bamawanga kati gali 7 abandowooza gatuuse ne 8. Population yeri etya bye tukola wano ffe kati gende Kenya obirabe sebo nze nva ku border ne Kenya olabe abannayuganda abali e Kenya abatunda ebyabwe n'ebirala. Nanasi zolima wane Buganda mwami kungu obo zitundawa ezisinga ziri mu Kenya. Tuzitwala Nairobi n'ebirala. Kasoli by 1997 nga ffe wano enjala yokka. Buli mwaka njala kakati we are the basket of East Africa by the way. Kasoli era twatuuka awantu kati ndowooza tumufunamu about $40 million mu export. Bijanjalo nga tumanyi byakulya tubifunamu about almost $50 million nga tu exportinga lwakubanga twagaziya population ate ne market ne.
Isi Honorable Busira, tubadde n'ekizibu nga Uganda kumala akaseera nti balirwana baffe bano betuli mu mukago gwe gumu Kenya, Tanzania, ebiseera ebimu babadde balina engeri gye batatuyisaamu bulungi ku byamaguzi byaffe nga beekwasa obusongo butonotono, aflatoxins. Kasoli waffe twalaba wano Kenya byeyali emukola, amata, omuceere Tanzania. President Museveni okuba ssente b'omukago guno olowooza kiina engeri kigenda okuyambako okumalawo ebizibuzibu bino? Because primarily emu ku nsonga lwaki omukago guno gwaddizibwa bujja oba lwakira gwatandikibwawo free movement ey'abantu eya goods kati bw'olaba blocks eziteekebwawo it contradicts n'omulamu omukulu.
Ekyo kituufu oli mutuufu si nti nno buli muntu akitwala conceptualization kitwala bbanga mukama wange bano ba East Africa abatambula wano bamasayo balaba ani abagambako gende Tanzania olwaleero mwami kungu ne identity card bajja kukwagalako passport ate nga ffenna twakkirizaganya nti nno ba East Africans tulina okutambula bw'obeera ne identity card awo nga bakuwa pass. Tanzania no ate mu Tanzania mwenyini okuva ku mainland okugenda e Zanzibar omanyi nti nno Zanzibar ensi endala newankubadde nga bo bennyini bagamba nti nno union. So bwe bityo bwe bibeera these are simply kicks for now. Emyaka 5 kirabiro myaka 5 kirabiro myaka 10 isi nti nno kibikate n'ekirala President Museveni nga ye vanguard the revivalist abitegeera bulungi ye ayinza okukunga banne ebintu bingi nnyo ne ssente zokka walabye East African Parliament ng'ekaaba ndowooza wabirabye tewali ssente Southern Sudan tebasasula tebalina ssente simanyi bala naye your brother's keeper you become your brother's keeper. That's how we must look forward for unity of Africa by regional organizations nga East African Community. Nchiwagira era njagala ngambe congratulations your excellency for getting another
yes yafunye obwa ssentebe omulundi omulala obw'omukago guno naye ajja naki yaleeta ki ekipya mu mukago guno nga ssentebe eri region
industrialization now industrialization and then also ring fencing production. Abana Uganda bwe baba bali makasooli oba amatooke lwaki tetekuba encouraging ne tugamba mwabana Kenya mutuwe fruits like this like that kind of thing. Zoning amawanga gaffe gazoninge ga creating market ebive Kenya bifune market mu Uganda ebya Uganda nga kati amaji kati is the cheapest from Uganda. Kenya nayo ba producing maize nti kusalo bikabi yange bili Kenya. Naye kankogambe kino okuproducing 1 bag of maize in Kenya what you put in one producing amakumi abiri. Ekyovola babekwasa obusonga simanya aflatoxin zibiki lumuna kyogerako mu parliament naye speaker nankuba omukono n'agamba nti nno togamba nti nno tuyisa ebintu mu magendo lwakubanga nze mbimanyiridde newankubadde nga bagamba aflatoxin naye Abannakenya abasinga through other means bafuna ebintu ebiri cheap okuva mu Uganda.
Honorable Munyagwa, President Museveni bw'atwalidde obwa ssente bw'omukago guno nga bammemba ba ESC babiri oyina Rwanda oyina DR Congo basika omuguwa. In fact oyinza n'okuextendingamu ku Burundi ku nsonga ya M23 n'entalo eziri mu Eastern DR Congo. Given experience ya President Museveni now that ye ssentebe omujja olowooza kiyina engeri kigenda okukakkanya embeera mu kitundu ekyo?
Njagala abatulaba basooke bategeere nti nze nga Munyagwa omugaso gwa East African Community sigulaba gwanema okutegeera ate sigulaba.
Togulaba?
Yes, tudde ku guiding principles zenyini z'omukago: mutual trust, rule of law, peace, democracy. Tugende kimu ku kimu, mutual trust eriwa mu mawanga olwaleero nga Congo ne Rwanda Burundi buli omu agwamu n'emmala eriwa mutual trust
eriwa mu
NATO. We are discussing the East African community.
Naye mu NATO eriwa
guyimiridde ku hypocrisy. Ono Kenya gyatendereza because aina dual citizenship.
Sigirina sebo tompayiriza sigirina sebo ekyo
kijje mbadde nsa but ono Kenya gyatendereza
ava ku nsalo
nayo bannanfuusi Kenya gyogenderere omusana bwe gwake waabwe kasooli waffe bamusomba paka mu byalo wonna naye bwe babaza bagamba wa Uganda alimu eddagala tebakoma kumugaana but bakola pronouncement emudibya ensi yonna
n'amagi
kati omuba ba Luganda n'amagi aga Uganda galimu eddagala kati omuba ba Luganda olwo tugende ku rule of law mukama wange Dr. Kiza Besigye yali Kenya yagenda ne passport n'ayita mu kisaawe ky'ennyonyi n'ayingira mu ggwanga nabbibwayo sovereign state ya East Africa neta tubavayo nakola wadde statement eyetonda nti bannayo bakino kyabadde kitino kine mutusonyu wapi
ngatugamba wange gombi gakolagana
where is the rule of law gakolagana they ought to have deported him bani muziza ku airport namugadde wamwe you get the point yes but that
you are a lawyer you know
no was it a deportation but was it a deportation next extradition joyogerako ina procedures bamuwozesa
kooti ne bamuwozesa
era for dayo yes bina ne procedure weziri kati rule of law yeriwa today ku democracy democracy aliwo mu East African mukago guyambye gute ku democracy tunuli ajuze cyabade Tanzania tunuli member state nga South Sudan yote nebyo okulonda yabivaako so oba alabira dangai mukago gwa bukuusa guli awo.
Can Mr. Museveni fix all this?
I don't think he can. Tasobola, what can he fix? Katinge bya Rwanda ne Congo, what can he do? Maybe amusobera na atula na asirika. I don't think that anything East African community katika nkula gono kye batufiriza sente ze mwatufiriza. Nera chovola banzemba nyigira. Twandisigadde nga Kenya esasulira emisolo ebintu byereta wano nga naffe tusasulira bitutwala. Why? Kenya ereta bingi okusinga ffe byetukola byetwala. Genda mu supermarket zonna zijjudde ebintu bya China na Kenya. Fo tugamba kasooli na butungulu. N'amanda. Are you get the point? Yes.
N'amata.
Kenya Uganda yagalayo manda.
N'amata.
Mata. Naye bogenda mu supermarket ola ebibyo all they are given ebintu byabyo ne substandard bya mu supermarket zaffe wano. Lwaki temuleka tusoloze ebyabo nabo nasoloze ebyaffe. After all ebyaffe byebaagala tebabiyinaako substitute. Amanda bagagala wano teme emiti gyaffe tugimale banagajjawo ewalala.
Ewabwe tebatema.
Naye ebyabwe tebalina bajja bitundu okujjako dumping site yaabwe yeeno. We are better off. Chovolanze nali president nabaganga nabadde president infuluma mu East African community mu lunaku mukago omubye nnyo okusaidia ffe.
Ne katuyina waffe nga Ssentebe kati.
Anti kakati ebyo bweyandibadde atulage spine ayogere ku ebyo. Naye bannaye ne loko kakati mu ebyo ffe waffe lwaki ebyaffe ebyammwe tetubiyinaako buzibu buyingira naye ffe waffe okimanyi nti ennyanya z'e Kenya bazitunda ne mowino kati. Boxes z'ennyanya zijja paka ne mowino n'obumonde naye bo bagamba ebyaffe nti birimu eddagala.
Waliwo seasons for your information waliwo seasons naye kati Uganda ndowooza obumonde obusinga buva mu region ya Honorable
Western Uganda.
Yes but naye bweba season eri wansi ate yaabwe nebeerako yes
neffe ebyabwe tetubiteerako nvungu
naffe tutunda ssebo mukama wange kabuchorwa olaba kabuchorwa
no kyenga
bumonde nkuwa example gyaleese
quality yaabwe eyanyanya
don't go there
and
tuino
abalimi baffe tuino bayamba
ekise quality yewammwe gwakkiriza omulimi wo w'ekabaale omusubjecting competition nti Kenya webidi baba dumping wano ebyo ebimu mwandibadde mu birimitinga
olaba n'ebimuli ebirungi biva Kenya.
Honorable Ingrid nsonga yemu
omwogo omukago
balina bogo
ekisooka mwami Museveni sigwe mulundi ogusoose okukulembera ogwo omukago agukulembeddeko era kati akomyewo okujja kwezo nsonga ze twogerako eza trade ne Honorable Munyagwa ayogedde ku human rights naye ndaba bonna bano kati bakulemberamu ogwo omukago bonna babadde bayiga gyali ate bamwesimisa bamwegomba batunulirako ekyo kyakola basobole okubeera nga ye ndi kulaba ndi kupredictinga tujja kutandika okulaba change of constitution e Kenya basobole okujjako ekisanja term limits bakoze ki term limits bazijeeko age limit bagijeeko ne Tanzania byabaddeyo obyogeddeko
amushovu Kenya
era tubadde oluusi nga tutugunyizibwa nga tudduka oyita Kenya osalaasala oluusi n'oyambuka n'ofunawo okola ki weekweka naye kati tekikyaliwo kijja kgenda mu maaso nga kitukosa. Honorable Munyagwa ayogedde ku kya Dr. Besigye sigenda kukiddamu naye waliyo abantu bafe abalala the 36 be basooka okukwatira mu Kenya omukago nga teguliiwo ne mwami Museveni nga tanabeera ki rather nga weeguli n'omwami Museveni nga tanabeera chairman naye katooza kigenda kubeera kitya byonna bigenda kudda gye tuli okutulugunya n'okutubonyaabonya n'omuntu yenna citizen owa East Africa abantu ba bulijjo oluusi maybe citizens ba Kenya bayinza okuteekako fight naye nze kyendaba kyekijja kubanga bamwegomba bamwesiimisa era baagala he's serving as an example nabo basobole okubeerawo nga bw'akoze eki nga bw'aliwo nga tamala.
So ate zino ensonga zayogerako ezo kugaziya akatale for example DR Congo bwe yali yeegatta ku mukago guno President Museveni kenyini yayogerako laga nti awo akatale kaffe nga region kagenda kugaziwa I think okutuuka mu bantu abasoba mu bukadde 3 DR Congo etwegaseeko then ensonga y'okugaziya akatale wabadde ng'agyogerako nga kugamba nti osobola okaga nti amatage for example mu Western Uganda abeeyo si be baganywa abalala balina okuganywa outside kuba bonna balina amateeyo ebitundu ebirala bya Uganda n'ebitundu ebirala bya region. Do you really think now that ye Ssentebe endowooza n'ebirowoozo bino byonna agenda kubissa mu nkola?
Bulijjo ajja ng'asuubiza ebyaffe ebya wano ne bimulemerera ajja kusobera kutuukiriza ebya East African yonna ajja atuukiriza era ajja kgenda mu maaso ng'atuukiriza era ffe tujja kusigala nga tumujjukiza era nga tumulaga ekiseera kituuse talina kyakola ki talina kyasobola alina okumaliriza.
Well, Honorable Linus, President Museveni n'omukago.
Okay, njagala muwoza because President waffe bamumanyi nti yesu abalwanyi ate abadde experience gy'alina mpitirivu nnyo naye mu mwaka gumu kizibu nnyo okuleeta nkyukakyuka kyobalaba naffe kati ng'e Uganda wano olaba myaka 5 twakava mu kalulu 2021 ate kati netugenda mu ndala 2026-2031 n'emyaka 5 giba tetumala bulungi nga tuli mu office naye kati olaba mwaka gumu nene omwaka ogujja mu March ate agiwe ensi endala kati awo nkyukakyuka tekibeerawo nnyo naye nze ng'omubaka wa NRM wa Kibanda omukago kirungi nnyo because olaba mu mwaka ogwayise Congo yekka Uganda yatwala byamaguzi worth $1 million 478 kati wetumaliriza kkubo gye twatandika okukola enguudo kolas mu Congo eyo awo manya nti import yaffe oba export yaffe e Congo ejja ku tripolinga then awo tukole ki tufune income oba sente ennungi nga Uganda ne South Sudan omanyi oba South Sudan naye tutwalayo nnyo bintu byaffe byamaguzi. That's why olaba nti oba waliwo ebizibuzibu UPDF egendayo okukakanya mbeera so that ffe nga Uganda tukole business ennungi. Ekizibu kye tulina mu mukago guno suspicion buli ensi eri suspicious tewali trust tetusobola kubeerawo nga tukola ekintu nga kiri straight katolaba Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, then Somalia naye tulina obuzibuzibu, then South Sudan naye obuzibuzibu. Kati relationship awo teba nnungi. So ntebereza nti mu mwaka guno gumu President Museveni mba musaba nti bakulembeze bonna because ne mu summit President Kagame n'owa Congo bo tebalabise then owa Sudan doze naye n'obuzibu bwe yaweereza gundi kati suspicion eyo tejja tuyamba ejja tuzza mabega ne Tanzania no eri slow ye balina engeri gye bakolamu ebintu byabwe because naffe Uganda we tugendayo Kenya tukozesa national ID ne Rwanda ne naye Tanzania baagala passport yet ffenna tuli mu mukago gwa East Africa so n'olwekyo kansubire nti mpola mpola tujja kutuuka we tulaga because olaba kati owa Congo yadduse wa Trump agala Trump yakole ki amuyambu n'olutalo olulimu because awomanya nti ffenna tatwesiga
njagala kujosimizje mu honorable still ku nsonga y'emu President Museveni enfuna nnyingi alabiddwako nga ayina eggulire lyabadde ng'alaga I think ya Uganda August yes in the 60s kumuguukiriro ku front page nga kuliko ekifaananyi kya President Obote President Jomo Kenyatta n'omuntu omunene oga nti Federation this year that was way back mu myaka gya 16 but mpaka kati that political federation tunaba kugifuna nga East Africa now bwe tukomawo njagala tuteeka essira is Mr. Museveni able to push for that political federation gye twalowoozaako kuva mu myaka egyo atujje katono tandikira out of
Today is a good day to draw up a new play. So start something. Make your move and get in your groove. Do it for the gram. Do it for the culture. Be extra. Be a thinker, a life eater, a Tusker light drinker. Start something. Turn on your lights. Tusker lights.
We all set goals for the day, whether it's keeping healthy or staying on your hustle, serving your customers better or working harder for success. Choose the water that energizes you to achieve your goals every single day. Sip on Union Purified Drinking Water, the secret to staying energized, refreshed, and recharged. Union, the better way.
Unlock an exciting new fueling experience with the Texol card. With this card, you can pay for fuel fast and conveniently. Enjoy an exclusive discount on every liter of fuel you buy and earn reward points that you can redeem for exciting prizes. Transform your fueling experience with a Texol card. Available at all Texol Energy stations. Texol, reliability redefined. is going digital and creativity is no longer just a passion, it's a pathway. Next Creator is building dignified job opportunities for young people by turning creativity into real careers. It's about more than just content. It's about learning digital skills that lead to sustainable income, branding yourself with confidence, understanding influence and the digital economy. Next Creator equips young creators with the tools they need to grow, adapt, and thrive in a fast-changing world. If you want to turn your ideas into opportunities, if you want to make creativity work for you, this is where you start. Next Creator, your skills, your future, your opportunity.
Yes, habari Uganda, my name is Palazzo. Ensonga endeserero ya unemployment. Are you looking for connections? Ozagala wano oboyagala connections ebweru w'eggwanga. Hayes Recruitment is here to support you. Aba Hayes Recruitment beba kafulu bokka abalina connections ku mirimu mu Uganda ne bweru wa Uganda. They have opportunities waiting for you. Era mu kulwanyisa ebbula ly'emirimu n'okubazaamu amaanyi negase ne Hayes Recruitment ng'amaze okukakasa nti balina emirimu egisobola okumakinga sikiru y'omuntu yenna kati gwayagala okwekolerera okyuse ku bulamu bwo tukene ku birooto byokozesa ku connections zange tukyalireko. Visit Hayes Recruitment today and let's unlock your potential. Buli awulidde ategeeze munne nti go Hayes, go better.
Welcome to Radio Wala, Uganda's very first radio station made just for Indian diaspora and lovers of Indian culture. From timeless Bollywood classics to today's hottest hits. Vibrant festivals, mouth-watering stories, and heartfelt moments from our community. Listen exclusively on Afro Mobile, your cultural connection anytime, anywhere. Whether you're cooking, driving, or just relaxing, turn up the joy with Radio Wala, because here, every day is a celebration. Radio Wala, let's play.
As the new moon is sighted, a blessed season begins. Ramadan is more than fasting, a journey of the heart, guided by faith, strengthened by community. From Suhoor to Iftar, Salam TV walks with you, uniting Ummah through inspiring teachings and family-centered programming. Across Uganda, Ramadan calls us to compassion, forgiveness, and drawing closer to Allah. Stay connected to what truly matters with Salam TV this Ramadan. To partner with us, call 0761 001 890. Ramadan Kareem, Uganda.
Kulikayo mukuumulako tusigazza eddakiika 21 okubeera nga tuwumbawumba enteekateeka olunaku olwaleero. Tutunulidde ensonga ya omukago gwa East Africa. Now that President w'eggwanga lyaffe Uganda kati ye ssentebe w'omukago guno yatubuuza nti opportunities ki Uganda zeesuubira okufuna mu kaseera nga Mwai Museveni ye ssentebe w'omukago guno era obwa ssentebe bwe butegeeza kiri eggwanga lyaffe Uganda but ne region okutwaliza wamu. Honorable Musira, abadde olina kyoyogera tugende mu break but also ngattireko ensonga ya political federation. Mu bakulembeze bonna mu region eno bw'otunuulira Mwai Museveni yasinga okwogera ennyo ku ky'obwetaavu bw'okugatta amawanga gano sina mu byanfuna byokka but also ne mu byobufuzi. Reality yakyo eri ki nga ye ssentebe w'omukago?
Kyemanyi nti no sikungu wasomako economics n'omanya steps z'okugenda mu political union or whatever the case. Ebyo bimanyi sijja kubyogerera wano. Naye ekintu ekikulu kye njagadde ba panelists bannange bategeere nti nno tubeere ne bigger picture. Si mu myaka gyaffe. Nze ku myaka nkaaga singa Katonda ampaayo 2 mwebaza ne ngamba weebale. Naye ekijja mu maaso kiriba ki ekyo kyekikulu. Bano abaana baffe ba East Africa bazzukulu baffe balibeera batya? Ebugisu tuyinza okwogera ku mata agava mu Western Uganda naye omanyi nti n'amata agava ebugisu mangi mayitirivu ate nga tukatunda Kenya. Bogoya Bugisu producinga bogoya mungi. Genda yolabe motoka eza Kenya ezitwala bogoya Kenya Nairobi buli wantu wonna okiwulidde n'ebintu ebitali bimu na Kenya batwala ne Juba newange mu constituency yange waliwo town gye bayita Bumbo ennaku zino bagiyita Juba lwakubanga motoka z'ebitungulu zitiikira awo tezigenda wa Juba straight okuva Bumbo n'abana Kenya abamu baleeta ebitungulu awo ne bigenda. So tulabe ebintu ebyo mu bigger picture kungu nga mu abakyali abato kirabiraawo political union eyinza okujja naye comparatively EU yatandika etya the economic union of Europe whatever the case iyo kati eri EU mpola mpola bigenda mu stages nga bwe nkugambye waliwo small trivials sebo katono nnyo nakava Kenya okugenda okulaba mwana wange ali mu S1 ye Kenya naye polisi ba Kenya bwoba otuuseyo ne motoka ya Uganda ne bagirabako bwe bati obera criminal then
bakulaga menyi wa mateeka
atoba oba omenya amateeka bakwagalako sente nililipa 10,000 ya Kenya nikasema huyu mtu kweli huyu ni polisi wetu wa East Africa kweli kabisa na ni mtu wetu nikalipa hapa Ugunja nilikuwa Ugunja kwenda kuona mwanangu mtoto wangu naona hivi. So vile tunaongea hivi najua programu ya Uganda naye tuteka mwaka Swahili banaffe bamanyerwa akubanga ne Kenya bajiwuliriza.
But Honorable Musira njagala oyamba tulaba ne Honorable Munyago kennyini ensonga zazikuwadde agaye talaba at the moment omugaso gw'omukago guno okusinzira ku bizza bibeerawo n'ebiriwo n'ebigenda mu maaso. So muyamba ategeere omugaso ogwo.
Njagala ategeere
ng'osinzira ku byayogedde.
Njagala ategeere nti nno tobirabira mu buvuzi bwa Uganda. Birabireko mu bigger picture eyaba East Africa bonna. Abaana baffe betuzadde n'abazzukulu n'ebizzukulu. Njagala kirabe mu ngeri eyo. Tolabira ku Museveni ali myaka 8. Ne ubwakola atya President Museveni tajja kubeerawo emyaka 3 ejijja. No, tajja kubeerawo. Naye
but again you contradict yourself, Honorable. Kumo nyino tugenti Tanzania wano bugenda bajja kusaba passport yo n'ebirala. Okuva omukago guno we gwaddizibwayo ndoza kati tuyingira emyaka 27 mu mukaaga okuva we gwaddizibwawo. Okay? Really more than 20 years mukyali kukyakukkiriza kutambula kw'abantu mu region ebinene binajja ddi.
Mukama wange internalizing something takes time. Tokibalira mu myaka wadde 5 mitono nnyo nkubuulidde wadde myaka meka 5 mitono nnyo bijja kuvaawo. Obukulembeze obunajja Tanzania obukulembeze obujja Kenya leka bino ebya Rwanda erwanyisa Congo erwanyisa ne Uganda singa if we were not very clear headed we would be in trouble with Rwanda. Burundi webatyo naye obukulembeze obujja ne bwambala entegeera y'omukago emyaka ejijja 10, 20, 3, 5 kyetwagala nga bwe twakola revival mu gundi eno mu NRM regime. Ekyo kyekikulu mukama wange njagala tuleke ebyaffe trivials nakakugamba nti nno ono babangukwatidde Kenya just 1 week ago nanzijjako omutwalo gumu ogwa Kenya je emitwalo 3 bwe mba nkoze omutawaana lwaki nzijjako sente n'enkowa. So buli trivials obutonotono obujja okugwawo
nzenda lwalwaloza nti bino byoyogera birungi nebiri ideal omukago guyinza okuba mulungi ideally naye ekiri ku ground the practical bit of it ebikolwa byawukana n'ebigendererwa ebinene eby'omukago.
Ekisooka wabeerawo first ideals ideas zigenda mu action kankubuulire omanyi nti nonze ng'omugisu owa Uganda ompita mugisu abagisu ab'e Kenya babayita babukusu singa osanga e Kenya musira oba muyita muna Kenya oba muna Uganda oba mu East Africa kyetwagala ffe amawanga gaffe tribes eziri ku nsalaawo nga bw'olaba ndowooza ne Honorable Ingrid akimanyi bulungi abakonzo abali mu Uganda ne oludda lw'e Congo ffe wano abagisu ba Uganda n'abagisu b'e Kenya tuli under one tribal leader. Okiwulidde bwe bati abateeso emorimori bwe bati ffe twabitandikako dda omukago okubeerawo guba gutuzimba so togulabira in a narrow sense gulabira in a wider sense
omukago gwe mulungi East African Federation yo nungi naye kwawukana nnyo katono ne Honorable Munyagwa yagambye tegwina kye gukola tegwina tegugasa omukago gwo mulungi naye teguliiwo byona byolaba biri on paper biri mu mpapula biri mu speeches naye practically tebikoze eki tebiriyo waliwo kye naawulidde simanyi oba naakiwulidde bubi nti ba members ba parliament amawanga gaabwe ge gagenda okuba nga gakola ki gagabasasula simanyi bwe mba naakiwulidde kubi mujja kuntereeza
bagamba batekiddemu
ababaka aba East
African Parliament iyala amawanga gaabwe
Parliament ya Uganda ejja kusasula
naye kati omukago ogwo guli luddawa tebabadde ne budget tebalina income guli luddawa guli ki ku pepa wokka federation yandibadde nungi nga tulaba infrastructure development oba improvement nga tulaba emirimu abantu bona nga bakrossinga states ne bafuna ki ne bafuna emirimu nga tulaba free movement
of both people and goods
yes of both people and goods naye je tekiriyo ffe otambulawo katono ne bakola ki ne bakuteekako emisango gy'obuweekera twakamala kukinyonyola gwosobola kutambula kubanga tebalina kye bakwagaza naye nze bwe baba banjagala
information president yabadde ku mukolo gwogumu ogwo n'akoona ku bannakenya yage nti waliwo bannakenya abajja wano nga beeyita ba expert mu riot aga nti abamu ku bo ne bamutuukirira alabaga nti twagala kukola tuli bakugu mu kukola riots nayogera nabo ne baga tekyetaagisa ne mbawo ka transport akanoto ne baddayo yabyogedde gyo ngali ku mukolo
kankuwa example eri live ate eri current Honorable Martha Karua yayita mu kyenkana ki okujja wano okurepresenting okukola omulimu gwe nga lawyer Dr. Besigye nga ye lawyer gwakola ki gwayagala te ye lawyer gwa appointinze naye wali lutalo lw'amaanyi up to now atuuka wali ku gate ne bamugamba you are a foreigner jo yakyanjudde mu kooti nga bamugambye talina kuyingira ki mu kooti abapoliisi ab'oku gate kati omukago gwo gwandibadde mulungi singa gukola ebyo bye gwina okukola gwandibadde mulungi nga gutugasa naye bwe guba nga tegutugasa nga tuyitamu obwo obulumi nga insecurity bye boogeddeko aba East African states zezeekubakuba entalo omukago gwandibadde bulungi naye tegukoze eki
president nga ye ssentebe Honorable Ingrid w'omukago guno omusuubira okuba na influence yenkana ki katono nnyo influence yenkana ki mu kunyweza demokrasi amawanga agali mu region
kati demokrasi y'eggwanga lye emulemye agenda ku exportinga dictatorship brutality byatukola wano byatwala eri teri era nze jo waliwo ayabadde ambuuza nga tulina local program yaffe ku radio cafe mu Rukunjiri nga bambuuza kati akalulu kawedde abakulembeze president agenda kurayira osuubira ki nze manange nze sirina kyemwagaza sina kyemusuubira sina kyemwagaza kubanga talina kyeyatupromisinga omuntu bw'aba yajja n'agamba manifesto yaku protecting gains kati oba omusuubirayo ki kyagenda okukola.
Honorable Munyagwa, yes, ensonga ya DR Congo eno conflicts zetulaba mu region eno ekimu ku bintu ebinneewuunyisa for example kati olaba olutalo olwo oluli mu Eastern DR Congo abakulembeze baffe wano bwe batuuka kwani agenda okuba omutabaganya balinnya ne bagenda mu America awulira Washington Accord yogerwako ate nga ordinarily wali badde osuubira region East Africa okubeera nti yeetandikibwako okuresolving ensonga zonna eziba zibaddewo. Now that tulina Mwami Museveni nga ssentebe w'omukago guno, how far can he go really mu kuza emirembe mu mawanga galimu entalo mu region eno?
You see, talina kyayinza kukyusa oba
mukulemberamu okutabaganya.
He would anyway, given his experience, he would. Naye trust bano omusiira bateroga nti obwesigwa bulinga mbeerera ku mukyala kubeera mbeerera. Once you lose it, it's gone. So obwesigwa mu East African member states bwamenyeka to the extent that it can't. Singa omukago gwaliwo nga Honorable Ingrid bwagamba teri lwaki America yandibadde yingira mu nsonga ze Congo nga yeetabaganya tewali. It would have been the East African community under President Museveni ne batuula ne bakola summit ne bayita all stakeholders on board. Naye omukago teguliwo. Omanyi kati ekisumbwa bamusiira bano Honorable ne Balenox ne bani
Rasta
bukuusa nti Rasta obuyivu mu Uganda n'obukuusa bitambula biti boogera kibaffe valinga kaddaako. He has told you yabadde e Kenya ne bamukwata ne mujjako emitwalo gya Uganda ameka a member of parliament amanyi n'olulimi lwabwe Oluswahili amanyi na buli kimu sinsoba naluyiga ayina n'abooluganda kwanze n'okuluyiga silulaba omugaso gwa sigulanga n'olwo terwamutaasiza ne bamujjako emitwalo ameka. Juzi Tanzania yakwata Uganda baali basiika chapati biki emirimu limu egyo yonna ne badeportinga bonna abavubuka abasoga bonna babakomyawo wano. Juzi Martha Karua, Ingrid ekyogera kya Martha Karua e Tanzania, she was deported. Abamu ne babatochalinga ne babakola ki East African community gyemwogerako.
Abantu bafe abawano abaaliyo okuatendinga just court babateeka mu safe house.
Obimanyi ebyabakolebwako siina kisimanyi kya byabakolebwako ebintu horrible things ebyabakolebwako. Kati wenda omuntu akyayogera ku East African community olwokuba mugaa tutunda amande Kenya, therefore that's a big deal. No, tugalewo tuguveemu. Kati bwe tuguvaamu Kenya egenda kujjawo amanda ambuulira liri gyo kujefukamire tugagiguze oba okitegeera bwe tuguvaamu Kenya omusana bwe gunaaba bwe they will come for our maize. So guno omukago gwammwe ne munaasulawo nga munsomesa. We have nothing kyetuyinamu homogeneity, not culture. Zino culture za muzimuga zikoma ku maboda, not interests, not character. Ugandans we are highly civilized compared to those people. Bali wano bavuga emmotoka ziriko namba plate ze Kenya ne South Sudan. Teri police waleso nze ko police ngabuzo mu South Sudan tindaga ID. No. Gende Kenya olabe. Gwe gende Kenya otambule ku street. Batulabira ku speed balango otambula mpola oli muna Uganda. Adduke emisinde mu na Kenya. Kati nga baga malo nani kuja hapa nga bakutandika olwo. They are bantu balemye okutuukira. Ugandans actually, let me tell you, for the record, tuli civilized ku levels za waggulu nnyo okubasinga bonna. Kabisa. Kakati mu East African community fetu kunyigibwa. Go to Kigali and see. Ojja ku feeling out of place completely. Go to Burundi. Nagende Burundi. I was a member of parliament. Nendeka banange nkomewo ninyenyonyi. I had to pay a bribe banzikirize to access the airport. A member of parliament with an official passport, service passport. Kakati nze bimunyumye ebyo nti banya myaka 5-10 byemwogerako. Simanyi byemwogerako. Omukago ebintu mukimazeemu emyaka 2. Tise nani starter. Mutumalira mumalize budde. ESC nani starter? Chichi, anti tulage emyaka 2 down the road chichi.
Tukomezawo twesasulire ba MPs.
Kanebe mpito so abasasula.
No, what was causing
Katono sobola government ekiwa kule mi.
Just information to my
waliwo member states ezibadde tezisasula
Southern Sudan
no nga tezisasula fees mu EAC kati in fact yesterday babadde nga South Sudan, Burundi even Congo, Somalia babasonyiwe because babadde ne date ne babasaba nti tutandike buto kati Ruto under his chairmanship ne bakkiriza nti kati buli state because kati fe Uganda tubadde tusasula kati nga sente ze tusasula ate nga tusasula babaka ba Sudan baane ba kati ne basalawo nti each member state esasula babaka bayo salary so that bali nabo bategere nti okay you have to
then ekyo kyenyini nakyo
kikonfirming ati omukago teguliwo
because you see
omukago weguli
ekyo kyenyini nakyo kizibu wakati tulina omukago nga n'amawanga genyini tegasobola kurespectinga bye bakkiriziganyako okuwayo contribution zaabwe eri omukago then there is a problem.
Tobeera member nga to subscribe.
Of course is the problem that President Museveni is agenda
kula. Si sente za babaka zokka.
Contribution ya abamawanga.
Okumusasulira wano n'okuzitwala Arusha ne basasulira eyo kyekimu. Nze kyenda bakyekimu. Ate oluusi fe tutwala n'ennyingi ne zisasula abasigadde abatasasula omugabo gwabwe nga Southern Sudan. Mbaddeko n'ababaka
Somalia
ne Congo baddeko n'ababaka ba Southern Sudan semu embalaba ndowooza gwe kungu kirabika obamanyi bulungi nnyo naye olabira ddala eggwanga erya Africa erikyali bwe lityo n'ogamba munnange muganda wange nga gwe omusajja omusiraamu toyinza kuleka munno omusiraamu munno no kati obusiraamu bwaffe bwe buddugavu bwaffe ekiwulidde ekyo so okusasula babaka baffe sikirabanga mutawaana kituwonyeza ebintu ebirala naye tusigala ebimu tukyasasula sinti nno tujjawo our contributions
Congo ko internal democracy processes nga mama Ingrid ne honorable Munyagwa omanyi ne mu European Union omuntu asobola kuva France agende Germany akoleyo oba abeere ne meeting ey'okutandika okutataganya ekiri mu France so internal processes ya states zino tuzireka ne zibeera independent naye nga muba mukolagana ku nsonga za security naye not political.
Okay. Kale atulaba webali tugenda kwa from mobile tugenda ku computer ebisimu yo wonna wateeka app eyo oberenga ogenda maaso n'okola programu eno ne programs endala olaga nti muli ku mukutu kigwennyina emikutu gyonna gyegiri naye programu eno esigadde ku mukutu oguliko NBS live wansaawo wetuli so genda oberenga olaba programu eno app gisange mu Google Play Store oba App Store. Producer program Sam Ibanda Mugabi kankulekere kandre mugume ku lutimbe lwo akutwale maaso ne NBS face off ne tukyaliwo wano.
Always.
The elections are behind us, but the debate about them are much alive. The debate about legitimacy has now shifted into internal contradictions of the ruling party. Uganda enters another phase of a consequential aspect in this politics. Again, the speakership race has come in. A speaker is not just about leadership. It's about influence, it's about haggling and transactions, and how the relationship between Parliament and the executive will work. This evening, join me on Face Off is the Secretary General of NRM, the ruling party, Right Honorable Richard Todwong. Welcome to Face Off.
Thank you. Good evening, viewers, and good evening to you.
Well, let's just first of all congratulate you on winning an election. And we pose a question: what were the lessons from the previous election?
Every election has its own unique challenges, and every election has its own target that is always set. The previous elections were handled by different approaches. Mainly, we used to have task forces that were appointed from the center and were expected to move around the country to drum support for a presidential candidate. The involvement of the party structures were not vividly seen. And two, the campaigns in those other previous elections, in some of them were held at constituency level. I remember in 2021 general election, we campaigned at constituency level, which made it very elaborate, very exhaustive. And because of that, we did not get enough time for our presidential candidate to drum the message for the campaign to the voters well, because he was running in between constituencies. You need to do like about 3 rallies in a day, at times 2 rallies in a day. So you find yourself caught up because of time, and therefore you don't deliver the message well. And also the task forces that were set were mainly from above. They were not in touch with the grassroots. So this time, we started our preparation much earlier. The preparation involved updating our party membership register. I remember you could recall that. After the update of the register, we had to digitalize that register. The digitalization of the register was supposed to help us understand how many of our registered members are voters in the country. So after doing that and synchronizing with the National Electoral Commission national data, we realized that of the 23 million registered voters by National Electoral Commission, about 14.6 were NRM members. Now, the next move was, where do we get these members? The members were within the structure of the party, from the villages, parishes, sub-counties, and so forth. So now that helped us to design a campaign program that brings these members out to go and vote. And that was why the president decided that we should use the structure as the campaign task force, not appointing anybody else from top to come and campaign. And that helped us a lot because everybody got involved. District leaders were in charge of their districts. Sub-county leaders were in charge of their sub-counties. The parishes were in charge of their parish leaders were in charge of their parishes, and so on up to the village level. And it was easier for us to mobilize people to come and attend the presidential rallies, as you were seeing. And after that, they went back and continued mobilizing from the branches, which are the villages. Also, it's worth noting that we had not been overusing the structure of the party. This was like a sleeping giant because each and every village of Uganda, we have 30 elected leaders. Now, if you calculate 72,000 villages, according to our record, these are some of the sub-counties are still adding more villages under Ministry of Local Government. But average, we have about 72,000 villages. If you add the 72,000 villages times 30, that can, and then at the parish, we have about 10,000 something parishes. You add 30 leaders at the parish times 10,000 parishes. Then we have about 2,100 and something sub-counties. Also with 30 leaders. You find, and then the districts. You find the structure alone up to the district level, you have close to 2.5 million leaders. There is no organization in Uganda bigger than NRM, not even the government of Uganda. So that is only the leaders we have. So these leaders is without the flag bearers. Now, if you add flag bearers of, for example, LC1, chairman, councillors 3, councillors 5, LC5 chairmen, members of parliament, all these flag bearers. The leadership alone that the party has is about 4 million.
All right.
Now, that was the base of our campaign.
All right, but that we have received complaints that you have used those people, made the promises, and today they've never been paid.
A political party is joined out of conviction. It's like a religion. It is a process of evangelization. You don't join because you are expecting to be given money. Nobody gives you money to become a member of a party, unless there are other parties which are doing that. But NRM, we don't give money to anybody. Our members are registered on voluntary accord. Once you are a registered member, you are free to contest in any position of the party. If there are any facilitation that is given to members, it's given uniformly to everybody. And therefore, there is nothing that any member was given any money for anything.
How many haven't you paid now?
We were not paying anybody.
The facilitation that is required.
We were not paying anybody. We only send facilitation to the districts to enable them move to remind the leaders of the branches. We didn't send to the members, we sent to the leaders. Very minimum facilitation. For example, to hire borders, to ride around the district for the whole day, and then to take posters of the candidate to the villages, to take T-shirts, to make sure that appointment letters on the voting day are distributed. That is the kind of facilitation we gave to our structures.
In your books, are you saying that you don't owe anyone a coin? Because we have a petition that is addressed to you about facilitation that was not paid to these people that you on your task force.
The money we gave was not to individuals. The money was given for a specific purpose. For example, we gave some little support to our flag bearers. So if there is any flag bearer there who did not get easy facilitation, that is something we can attend to because we gave to everybody, from councillors, LC5, members of parliament, up to that level. We gave some facilitation to the district leaders, the DEC, for conducting campaigns, moving around, putting posters, buying glues and buying that. That is the kind of facilitation we gave. And then at the national rallies, where we're moving with the president, yes, we hired public address systems, these big ones, from event managers, that we paid everybody. We were moving with the journalists. These journalists were given some little allowances where they were supposed to have what to eat, where to sleep every time they move with the president. And they were being handled daily. And then the musicians were moving with. We were also facilitating some of them with some little fuel and little airtime and little money for accommodation. Many of them were singing on pro bono. They call it pro bono, just because they love and support the NRM. We were just singing. They were happy to be part of the campaigns. So there is nobody we owe anything, because there was no contractual agreement with anybody to do any work for pay.
No, the sacks that we saw in the campaign, sacks of money, doesn't it haunt you about in relation to the integrity of this election?
I didn't see any sack, unless you saw where I was not, but I did not see anything. All the logistics we sent as a party was through the banks. The district accounts were facilitated, and whatever money that went to the branch was through the bank, which is very easy to cross-check. How much money did which district get for what purpose? It always goes with the guidelines. We don't send money without writing a guidelines that this money is coming for A, B, C, D purpose, and that is it.
The law asks you to account for the funds that you spent. Give us a picture of how much you spent in the recent election?
Well, we are working on it. We are still
We're not made to be alone. It's baked deep into our DNA, driving us to connect. Because we know that when our tastes are as diverse as our world, the world becomes a magical place. And that when we experience life with each other, everything changes. As the world's #1 vodka, all we do is about that. From shaking up cocktails to a taste for everyone. We've been doing we since 1864. Smirnoff, we do we.
Running late? Don't panic. With just one tap, Faros gets you there, fast and stress-free. From big moments to everyday rides, Faros keeps you moving. Need a quick ride, a family car, or even a border? Faros has you covered. Faros, reliable, affordable, always there when you need it.
Tired of the same old TV? Tap into endless action, heart-throbbing romance, and mysteries that keep you guessing. Afroflix, 24 hours of cinema magic. Chino chibanda che nyini, only on Afro Mobile.
Mtero bagamba timufubanga nnyo okubeera awali abantu abakulu. Olumu mugaana abaana nti atobeera awali bantu bakulu.
Don't let your mornings be boring. Switch it up and start your day with a bang.
Omukwano alone, it means love. For example, if I say nino mukwano erigwe, it means I love you.
You know what it sounds to me? Sounds like I have a friend who is stupid. You know the emphasis on the gwe.
Ate mkwe pikira.
Mkwe pikira. I'm coming to pick you.
Catch the Morning Switch Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. only on 106.1 Next Radio.
Looking for a household cleaner that truly delivers? Meet Appo, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Appo is formulated for 3-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Appo today. Appo is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
In a digital world, not everything is what it seems. False stories today spread faster than truth, leaving us all wondering what's real. Disinformation misleads, misinformation misguides, and spreads confusion and fear. Dismiss, a campaign to help you think critically, question wisely, and verify thoroughly. Join us. Let's build a more informed Uganda, one truth at a time. Dismiss, inquire, verify, confirm. Together, let's fight fake news.
Urban Life Productions and Equisio Pasca na Awilo Longomba live from a University in Easter Sunday Otafirwa Reiji Winunwaji VJ Oje Sharks VVD Tipau Truth 256 Sister Charity Nabandi Aribada nishirinje metware biri Diraha Gate nishirinje metware shatu VIP metware tano MSA Gold milioni emwe Eya Platinum milioni shatu Okubukinga tera notu mshanshu mnani tano Ikumna mkaga chanani tano Chinana nina Bahajirwe NBS Sanyuka TV Afro Mobile Mighty Ride.
You will always know when you're in the presence of the finest. It's like time slows down, just enough for you to feel everything in full flavor.
Just Malt Lager. Alcohol is not for certain persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Face Off. My name is Dalton Kawesa. Yes, and one of the things that continue to dog the ruling party is their relationship, their revenue source and base, and also sometimes accountability. The Secretary General, Right Honorable Richard Tudong, is here to throw light on how they mobilize these resources. Right Honorable, there's a lot of fear, especially you've just told us that you have friends, and friends could include the business community, that you ask to support the ruling party. Is it a quid pro quo arrangement?
We like for example, what happened in Mbarara, the business community in Mbarara contributed resources, and they told the party that here, don't spend. We are going to make sure we give money to the flag bearers. We are going to facilitate the rally for the president, and we have gifts to give to the president. Actually, they gave a lot of cows to the president. Same in Iliantonde, same in Sembabule. Most of these areas, the business community were donating to the party. With the exception of maybe a few areas like northern Uganda, Karamoja, and others, where there are few businesses, where the party now look for resources, we also get money from government under IPOD, you know that. So we patch up all this, and we were allocating resources to areas which are a bit not doing well in terms of business opportunities. But in the central, in western Uganda, parts of eastern Uganda, our branch, the Entrepreneurs League branch members, we are mobilizing resources for the party. I'm sure you know that we have the Entrepreneurs League. These are the business communities.
Critics say that actually some you call friends and donors act out of intimidation to donate because they need to be seen.
Well, whatever it is alleged on that particular item, I've never felt that somebody has been coerced to give whatever he should give. It was, all of this is out of voluntary accord that they distribute and give to the party. For example, in addition to the financial contribution they give, the contribution of livestock, cattle, cows, that they were contributing and giving to the president directly were overwhelming everywhere in the country we went to. Even in West Nile, people donated cows. In Achule, people gave cows to the president. In Teso, Karamoja. So were they coerced to do that? No, they were not coerced to do that.
As a journalist, if I'm interested in pursuing the accountability of the ruling party, what are these accounts? Where do you hold accounts for the party that I may explore?
We have accounts in the banks, local banks in Uganda. We have accounts in.
Can you share the names?
If you want it, you have to write officially, and we shall give it to you. And you need to declare the purpose of your intentions, because these are party assets. We don't. Me as a custodian, I don't just declare and forward to you the party assets without you justifying the reason why you need them. But we have been filing our audit reports with the Electoral Commission every financial year. We have been filing our reports to the party leadership, especially for the money that comes from government. The money that comes through donations, there are committees that receive from a particular district, a particular sub-region, and they are given authorization on how to spend, and they give accountability. So everything is sorted.
Let's go back. Thank you for that. Let's look at the internal contradictions or internal organizations in the ruling party. When you look at the current numbers in Parliament, there are many independents that stood against the flag bearers. And I must say, in the recent ceremony, you welcomed some of them in a bid to make an MOU. But most importantly, does that reflect a growing dissatisfaction within the rank and file of the ruling party?
Not at all, because in spite of the number of independents, which is a little more than the number of any political party in opposition in Parliament, you realize that most of these independent members of Parliament, and yes, they could have disagreed with our flag bearers during the time of primaries, during the time of internal elections, which is possible because an organization of about 20 million members, you don't expect that there is no contradictions internally. There will be definite contradictions. There will be dissatisfaction. There will be complaints. There will be violence. There will be bribery, all sorts of things that come to the elections. Despite with the tribunal ruling, opted to go as independent. And indeed, the members of the party and the constituency could have voted for them to come to parliament as independent. But the beauty of it is they have not abandoned the party. They have come as independent, and they are saying, we now want to work with our party as independent members of parliament.
Many of them, as they fronted to go independent, said the tribunal was more transactional than truth-seeking. Isn't that an egg on the face of the NRM Electoral Commission?
The tribunal was not the final court. There was a court that they could have gone to. The tribunal was not the final appellant body. They could have gone to the court of law, up to the court of appeal. The fact that they stopped at the tribunal, for us, we assume that they were satisfied with the ruling of the tribunal. They cannot cry foul after they have failed to go and proceed with the following justice if they felt there was injustice in the tribunal. So I wouldn't buy that kind of narrative. My thinking is, yes, there are always contradictions in organizations, especially NRM with this mass number of members and different interests. Definitely you would expect even more than what we have seen.
Isn't it at this point you
but
eat the
my happiness here is that the complaint and the issues that were presented before the tribunal were not related to the record of the membership that we had, the register. The complaints were about conducts of individual electoral officers who changed declaration forms, who were bribed and declared wrong results, and those were the main reasons that the tribunal was active. I have not read or seen any of the complainants challenging the register of the party. So to me, I am satisfied as a Secretary General that the work we did with my colleagues to come up with an authentic membership register helped to resolve so many of these contradictions.
But them going to the populace and getting voted, it's proof that they were right, and Electoral Commission of NRM.
Yes, it is proof. It is proof that they were right because a few of these electoral officials, many of them were dismissed and even put in jail. Others are still in before the courts of law. We realize that. But you see, elections are like, once a result of an election has been declared, me as the Secretary General, I have no powers to nullify that particular result. It has to go through the legal processes. That was why we had put a tribunal as the first step of a complaint desk. The second, if they were dissatisfied with the tribunal, they would go to the courts of law.
Do you regret for not giving it time to scrutinize this?
No, I don't regret. We didn't have time, and we did our best to come up with what we have come up with. But if you can see in terms of percentage, the complaint that went before the tribunal, I would say it's like 1.something% of the overall result.
Well, the results came out, and the independents, who are very many in Parliament, as a testament that they were right about the electoral process of the ruling party. Stay here as we go into the next segment.
Bachimanyi tuduka mufinini irindi nasigaza kinini banyigano bafuka timimi sena baneta de
Tony Magomu yawangudde school fees
mwaka mulamba obakitegeza bwecho
1 year of school fees. What is the school?
Viva College School.
When I received the call, it took me a moment to believe the story. I said I could wait until today.
Yes.
When I received the second call is when I believed. But I think I was lucky.
Oh.
Sure.
Can we talk to the student? How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel blessed.
*165*80# is the magic code. Enter the student's number. So start right now. And you could be a winner.
Did you know? Brought to you by
Fake spare parts can be deceiving. They seem cheaper, they seem good enough, they get you moving for now. But what you don't see is the hidden cost. Damage to your car, endless repairs, wasted time off the road, and potential risk to lives. In the long run, fake parts cost you more. Choose genuine parts from any CFA or mobility location countrywide.
Did you know? Brought to you by
The National Mosquito Net Distribution Campaign is back. No one should die of malaria in this era. It is your responsibility to chase malaria from your home. The good news is that the government of Uganda has once again started distribution of mosquito nets under the 5th Universal Coverage Campaign, also known as the Under the Net campaign. Under this exercise, 1 mosquito net will be distributed per 2 people in every household. A village health team member, a community health extension worker, also known as a CHU, and the LC1 chairperson will move house to house to register members of the household in preparation for receiving their mosquito nets. Do not lie back. Ensure that you register all your household members to receive a mosquito net. On the distribution date, move to your distribution point and receive your net. Mosquito nets protect you and your family members from infectious mosquito bites that lead to malaria. Ensure that you receive the net, hang the net, and sleep under the net every night.
Take a look around, and you'll see everything can be reimagined. Everything rough can be smooth. Everything old can be fresh. Everything can be made vibrant and full of attitude. The world is what you make it, so why not make it yours? Guinness Smooth. Make it yours.
Welcome back, and you're still watching Face Off with Dalton Kawesa. Like I said, we have Right Honorable Richard Todong, the Secretary General of the ruling party. He delivered over 70% of the vote, unprecedented. Honorable Todong, we had a conversation on the independence as we conclude that very issue. What does it tell about the internal democracy of your party?
It's not just about the end. I need to take you backwards. I was a member of the Constitutional Review Commission in early 2000. We reviewed the Constitution of Uganda when we were changing the political system from the movement system to multi-party dispensation. Many members felt that the movement system should have continued in Uganda because it had brought Ugandans together and refocused the country towards a common goal. The previous sectarian tendencies of religion, gender, chauvinism, and all that were handled under the movement system. But because of pressure from our Western friends and donors, they realized that they felt it was necessary for us to open political space to allow freedom of expression, freedom of choice, and blah, 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 which we did. Now, unfortunately, we moved into a multi-party political dispensation with the movement characteristics. Very many people still up to now don't understand how a plural system should work. If I belong to a party A, I need to follow the code and rules of that party. If there is competition, I compete. If there is a winner, I surrender and join the winner to fight or to contest against a flag bearer of another party. That would be a competition under a multi-party dispensation. But within NRM, we feel, yes, there is the structure of the party. We do our campaigns internally, but also there are people who come and hire their own campaign agents, which is, you understand, because of their internal competition. You find a sub-county chairman is supposed to attend to all candidates. So if I am a candidate who wants to survive, I need to appoint somebody else in that sub-county who is not the chairman of the party. But we don't surrender that structure back to the party after winning or losing. We continue with them, and that brings indiscipline in the party. It brings cracks in the party, and it is one of the biggest challenges we have as NRM, that we need to narrow down the issue of discipline and make sure that our members understand how a multi-party political dispensation works. We intend to intensify mobilization of leaders in the districts, in the structures, to make sure that once there is communication from up to the branch, which is the village, members should follow. There is no need for a member to stand out of
that. Literally, you sell ice cream, you want to be Mr. Good, and it has left cracks in the party.
Not really. You see, I am a little more careful, knowing that he who alleges must prove. Now, if you come to me accusing X, you need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that what you're alleging is correct. And I am not the committee of discipline. There is the national chairman of the National Disciplinary Committee, who is Al-Aji Moses Chigongo. At the district level, there are committees which are handling discipline issues. My role as the Secretary General is to receive these complaints and I process them to the right committee where they're supposed to go. But I have never seen any official writing complaining about indiscipline. There are others that have brought to me evidence that this happened, but we have gone to court, just to inform me, but not to ask for my action on some of these issues. I remember in the past, I literally wrote and suspended more than 5 district chairmen who went and contested as independent against flag bearers. Even in the recent election, some of our members who are ministers went and contested against flag bearers, but they were chairmen of the districts. I wrote and suspended them from the offices. So on that, we are very clear. Once I know there is evidence, or they have written to me that...
Who are some of these people you suspended, the ministers?
Well, I can give you names, but for the purpose of their privacy, let me not disclose. But they know themselves. The members of the party are aware of that. So we don't tolerate. In the head office of the party, there were our staffs who were involved in malpractices during the primaries. I have dismissed many without even hearing them. Once you're a staff and there is evidence that you are involved in meddling in electoral matters, I dismiss you. My issue is we have separated our roles very well, and that is why there is peace in the party, that I allow electoral commission of the party to handle electoral matters. I do not want those who are not involved in electoral issues to get meddled up in electoral matters. So that there is where someone can be reached in case there is a problem with electoral issues. So we have worked so well, and we have, but we want to strengthen that. It is not only administrative disciplinary measures that should be enforced.
I want to put it to you, Secretary General, that twice the name of the Chairman Electoral Commission, Dr. Tangodoy, has even become before SEC, and you have not taken action.
I am not SEC. The accusations against Dr. Tanga were brought before SEC, but they were not holding. There were no evidence to the accusations against him. So you need to bring something which is tangible. If you're saying Todwong declared a wrong person as a winner, prove by evidence that the person you claim I declared indeed did not win, and the one that you're claiming won is actually the winner. Then I am accused for that. But this hearsay is not good for leaders, that you're picking gossip from here, taking there, and meddling up. There's a lot of intrigue in political organizations, for your information. There's a lot of intrigue, a lot of blackmail, a lot of cliques. So if you're not a good administrator, you might be pulled to all this kind of innuendos.
Have you been a victim of intrigue in the party?
Of course, but I just ignore, because I know what brought me to NRM is not seeking for opportunities, seeking for jobs. What brought me to NRM is different.
Is there a point this intrigue wore you down?
To some extent, you see, because it affects team spirit. When cliques starts forming, when groups are forming, others are not talking to each other. There is a group A, group B. One, because in our constitution, a meeting of a central executive committee is only called for and chaired by the national chairman. If it's supposed to be chaired by the vice function by the national chairman, not anybody else.
Looking back, how did the previous SEC help or not help in your leadership?
Well, there were good members. There were good members of SEC, and I think we, like in any organization,
there was a lot of friction.
Yes, when you say corporate governance requires that there is the board, there is a management, and then the staff. But in our previous SEC, the SEC members would want to be managers. They would want to do work which is not theirs. They've
been accused of to be an assembly of merchants, especially coming from the elections that they heavily invested. Do you think they bring any wisdom to the table?
These are very qualified members. This current SEC we have are very qualified. And I wouldn't want to reduce them to what others are claiming. These are highly respectable members. And indeed, anybody and anywhere would have competed with them to win the seat they are in. And they contested and won. And I need to give them that congratulatory flavor, because it is not easy. Our campaigns to be a SEC member is a national campaign. You campaign to the delegates conference. They are voted for by every member of the delegates conference. And the conference that voted for them were close to 4,000 voters. So they were campaigning to 4,000 voters. These are leaders of the party from all the districts of Uganda. So for someone to win in that competition, it's not a simple victory. So we need to give them credit for that.
Well, from a SEC that perhaps overextended its elbow, to a SEC that has been accused of being a table of merchants. We'll delve deeper as we get to the final segment of Face Off.
There's a new way to keep your breath fresh all day. Introducing Movit All Day Toothpaste, meant to give you powerful night gum defense and teeth whitening. The charcoal flavor gives you deep cleansing and power stain removal. And the herbal delivers natural strength for healthy, confident smiles. Choose Movit All Day Toothpaste and enjoy freshness all day.
Whatever sport you enjoy, Sport Action on NBS Sport has you covered. Whether you want to support the Uganda Cranes or our netball team, golf or athletics, both domestic sporting events in Uganda and international sporting events in which Ugandans compete are the subjects of our attention. What are you still holding out for? Catch all the excitement on Sport Action by tuning to NBS Sport, brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Ugandan sports.
Honorable Miriam Matembe, a trailblazing lawyer, politician, and activist, Miriam Matembe is renowned for her fearless fight against corruption and gender inequality. She played a key role in drafting Uganda's 1995 constitution, served as Minister of Ethics and Integrity, and has been a tireless advocate for women's rights across Africa. Her work extended beyond Uganda's borders, connecting her with regional and global movements for equality, where she became a respected African voice on governance and rights.
Every mile matters. Because every mile we run helps to save the Nile. It is in danger, but we can change that. This March 28, 2026, let's do more than just the run. Let's run miles for the Nile. Join us at the Ginger Rugby Grounds at 7 a.m. 30,000 shillings is all it takes to be part of this mission. The Nile has given us life for centuries. Now it is our turn to give back. Sign up today on all our social media handles at Run for the Nile. Pick up your kit at Roger Chambers Parliamentary Avenue, Premier Credit Ginger branch and all Platinum Credit branches, Rotary UG office, Nick Building. For more information, call 0773 879 139 or 0752 879 139. Register now and make every mile count.
Unlock an exciting new fueling experience with the Texol card. With this card, you can pay for fuel fast and conveniently. Enjoy an exclusive discount on every liter of fuel you buy and earn reward points that you can redeem for exciting prizes. Transform your fueling experience with a Texol card. Available at all Texol Energy stations. Texol, reliability redefined.
Welcome back to this segment of Face Off. My name is Dalton Kawesa and I'm with Right Honorable Richard Todong, the Secretary General of the ruling party, NRM. Yes, Secretary General, at the time we went for the break, we were looking at contrasting the two SEC that you had, the previous one that had the Wanyotos, Mike Mukula, and name it, to the new one that has so many new faces. Often people have said that they bought their way into those seats. Now, let's come to 4 decades later, the ruling party. How do you harmonize the legacy or the years you've been here with a new renewal? Because this is a very consequential time to your party and to the president and the chairman of your party.
I always tell people that an organization grows just like a human being, and society also grows. And we grow in terms of knowledge, in terms of awareness, in terms of literacy, in terms of so many things. The gadgets we have, the phones we have, the environment we live around help us to grow, and we keep growing. And so once we grow, our expectations also do change. That is why for every election, there are new dynamics in every election. We have also come to realize that the population pyramid of Uganda, if you look at it, the load of the population is for young people in Uganda. And therefore, the party should remodel its responses to focus at the young people. Because to the young people, we used to speak a lot about the historical issues. Uganda was like this. Uganda was, there was no democracy, there was no human right. The army used to be this. And so that has been a long-term story. But now to a young person who have been able to, who has gone through UPE, who is healthy, who has got a degree, and is looking for a job, that story will not help him. For him, you want to say, okay, in spite of all that you have done, now that we are here, what do I have to do? So we are in a new era. And so the party is rebranding, remodeling its responses to focus at these new demands that are coming from the young people.
At one point, you appointed a coordinator under PLU. And these days, we see PLU under the leadership of the party seemingly in good shape. Does that give a picture of the succession framework?
The Pan-Africanists do say many fronts but one struggle. The PLU was another front, like any other organization. But we know the struggle is one. We need to make the party strong. We need to make sure we fight all the vices that are in the party and in government, and to make sure that our cadres and members are thorough in terms of ideology, in terms of philosophy of the party, and are grounded in knowing the direction where the party is taking the country. Because as a leader, you need to know the general direction where the party is taking the country. And so that we have harmonized with so many other what I would call auxiliary forces that we were having. Now, still, we are all supposed to address the common issue that are being raised by majority members of the community. Service deliveries, issues of education, issues of health, issues of roads, feeder roads in communities, issues of environmental protection, issues of poverty. If you follow our campaigns, the president concentrated his messages in issues of around household poverty. Even the clips he was showing was to speak about fighting household poverty. So we as a party and the government that we are going to the next, we are focusing at those key issues that the president was speaking about.
Okay, before we come to that, and I want to take us to PLE and the new succession framework, from indiscipline to now perhaps remnants, how do they fit into the equation of what I've called the succession framework at the ruling party as we enter into the critical stage of not only the party, but also your chairman's?
When you speak of succession of what? Is it a policy succession? Is it
the leadership
succession of thinking? What kind of succession?
The party is structured on one person, and that is the president, the chairman of the party. Is there some...
Now, let me help you. Let me help you there. You see, that is one thing that people don't understand about NRM and President Yoweri Museveni. When you focus at one person, when you have more than 600 leaders in the structure, you go wrong. The base must support the transition you're talking about, the succession you're talking about. We have been having competition at all levels. New leaders have emerged.
Quite interesting, SG, that democracy can flow everywhere. Isn't it peculiar, except that it can't touch the vice chairman and the chairman of the ruling party?
No, that is also a form of democracy. If democracy keeps them there, they are not asking to be there. The members are saying, you keep there. What is wrong with that? It's not. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, let's come to, as we
now imagine, at whatever they say, the president has just won the national election by 71.16%. If it was you, or me, or anybody, what would be the percentage? Are you saying we're going to get more than him? Not at all. So, to the party, that's a success. If you have a top scorer, for those who follow football, and every time you go for a match, he keeps scoring, then your opponent is saying, for me to compete with you, the other striker should be removed from the lineup. Would you accept?
All right, is there criteria? Let's move to the speakership race. Is there a clear criteria that NRM structurally, as the party, determines who goes for speaker?
We made an administrative resolution in the past for stability, institutional memories, and avoiding unnecessary competition at certain levels. Because the office of the speaker is a noble office. Actually, the rules will not allow campaigns. The speaker must be dragged to the seat. The speaker doesn't campaign. Actually, the speaker should not speak, should just guide. So the party realized that it is not necessary to be haggling in campaigns for a speaker. We shall degrade the nobility of that office. So allow a speaker and a deputy to serve for 2 terms. After 2 terms, you roll over, others come. At least that brings stability in the institution. Stability of an institution is very key. This over-changing leadership of an institution brings in a lot of challenges with an institution. So the party accepted that for stability, institutional memory, and cohesion, let us allow those who have served for the first term conclude their second term, and thereafter others, it can be open to others. We are doing that for the speakership. We are doing that for members of Yala. Even our members of Yala, we give them 2 terms. And so it is becoming a practice. Internally, we are trying to... some of these are models we are trying to learn through to see how they operate. Yes, and it's working so well.
The stampede that we're seeing about different groups saying we endorse this person, and they're people from your party.
Well, endorsement was there before the resolution of SEC was issued, because they thought SEC had not yet made a position on that. But when the Central Executive Committee met in January and February, in both meetings, the resolutions were, let us uphold these positions for the 2 terms. We don't allow unnecessary competition. These are offices that do not need unnecessary campaign in Parliament. You campaign for what? So it was passed by SEC, and by the time the communication was signed and approved, others had already declared intention to run, and we are moving around. But I'm sure now they have known that the party is guiding them to become, they are already individuals that were recommended by the party.
In the letter you signed, I saw, there is an aspect as long as the integrity of the current office bearers is up. Does that create room for other people in case there is integrity is questioned?
Well, if there is any justifiable reason where somebody would come and challenge the integrity of a particular individual, it will be, the letter says it will be discussed in its merit. Present it, it will be discussed in its merit. So there is no cause of alarm.
So in other words, it's not, the curtains are not down on the race.
For now, it is, unless there is anything that is raised against a particular individual, which I have not received.
So I want you to speak to me like I have an integrity question on the candidates that you have said these are the right ones. Give assurance to me if I'm interested and I have evidence of integrity that I will be heard.
There will be free and fair hearing. If you have a complaint or you have a justifiable reason of the integrity of a particular individual, there are processes, there are channels you have to.
So you can recall someone who were very.
If you can convince the Central Executive Committee that made the resolution that what you're raising is of substance, what you're raising is, then it will be, like they said, it will be handled according to their merit. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Right Honorable Richard Todong, for sparing time to speak to us this evening on Face Off. Thank you. Very elaborate on the internal challenges of the party and what lies ahead, especially as we get into this speakership race. We've already seen the letter, but like the Secretary General says, if there is a question, bring it up and Face Off will further it. Stay here.
NBS. Always. Up next.
Kale ennaku z'omwezi 8 omwezi ogwokusatu 2026 twagala okwebaza abakyala bonna mu nsi yonna gye muli abatukuuma betukuumagana abatuzaala
mwebale byonna mukola kyamaanyi nnyo nyini ddala lunaku lw'abakyala era bingi ebituukiddwako olunaku olwaleero era tugenda kubanga tubiraba mu masengejje yonna gye bakuŋŋaanidde biki bye bakoze njagala otuule butuuzi gwe kalira ogenda kubanga obifuna katusooke tulabe emitwe nkomewo nago mu bujjuvu.
Brought to you by Buy and win in the new term, new you. Back to school promotion. Buy any of our focus products. Movit All Day Toothpaste, Movit Herbal Jelly, Movit Baby Jelly, and Movit Shower Gel. Terms and conditions apply. Movit All Day Confidence.
Ebikulembedde amasengejje. Amerika ekubye dipo z'amafuta ga Iran ne yeewaana. Tujja kubakuba okutuusa nga mufukamidde. Iran ye yanukuzza muliro ebyemu ya Israeli. Onduuze emenya ekizimbe ku katale ka Owino okulinaana Hamu wazimba ku mwala.
Zaffe zonna baazitutte sitowe wali wadde wali temulimu wadde n'omugugu wadde n'ogumu.
Abantu bafiiriddwa emmaali.
Abitadde awo tusokola obusokoze ebintu by'abantu babibbye tetulina we tutandikira. Kati ffe kye twebuuza gavumenti. KCCA
n'amagye bayimirizza ababadde bamenya.
Midaala egyaffe baddira ne bagitwala. We bagitwala basasulanga ani? Naffe twawaayo.
Enkuba tetonnya mu Uganda wokka. Ekiri e Kenya kika. Amataba gaakatta abasoba mu 20. Embeera ya kuso